Hi guys, my name is Meads. This is going to be a review for Alloy Shimakaze. This is made by Good Small Company. I didn't realize I pre-ordered this. But for those who are keeping up with the trend, you pre-order stuff, it's almost like 6 months and ahead of time. And by the time you get it, other things are popular. So at that time, content collection was the thing. But with the anime ending, and for me here in the US, that's the only thing I can get a hold of. The games didn't really get to here or even get translated, so only the anime. I like the show. Was really hoping for a second season. I'm not sure when they're gonna make it. They say it might be next year. I don't know really. But other than that, there is kind of like a saturation in the market with all the Kankoli stuff, from Figma or Good Small Company, and then you have some from Bandai, and yeah, you just kind of get burned out. And it kind of goes along with Attack on Titans. You have one season and that's it. Yeah, so for me, I've kind of stopped buying the AGPs and Figma, although that Figma Iowa does look nice. We'll see if I'll give in, but it's finally Figma is making one of those big ships. And yeah, the price on that one, it's quite hefty as well. Yeah. Anyways, here's a hefty figure. Alright, so here we go. The reason why I got it, I like the concept. You get the Rensoho chance, the turrets here. There's 3 of them, and you put it, it turns to the armor for Shimakaze. One turns to the hammer, the helmet, and I think the one comes to the backpack. Here's the box art. A friend of mine mentioned that the box art looks kind of cheap. I kind of agree, because that logo right there, where the Alloy Shimakaze is, it's not that, it doesn't stand out. I mean, there is a gloss on the box, but this is something that you will see kind of like in a foil, or in that special, I don't know what you call it, but a foil, a golden foil that will stick out, and you don't see it here. So it feels like the box is kind of like a copy or a bootleg, but it's not. This is the actual box. I mean, they did use it for the gears here, which kind of reflects more, but I think it'll be a bit better if they done that. And they even have the sticker here, Kadokawa. Anyways, I got mine from Amiami. I do expect to pay quite a bit of premium on this. It is die-cast, Astrogoken parts, and probably around 130, around there. If you can get it cheaper, obviously that's a good deal for you. But anyways, that's it. Let's take a look inside. Alright, so let's take a quick look at this before we take it out of the packaging. And sometimes I find myself going through my videos and saying, is this piece belong to this figure? And I should have always taken a part of a video and record this segment. That way I can, oh, okay, there we go. It's part of that. But anyways, so the top part here, it's actually kind of like a clamshell. They put 2 plastics together. It's not like the other one overlaps the other, kind of like what they have here usually. So it's a little different, but this is to incorporate some of the turrets here that stick out or doesn't move. Like, I believe this guy doesn't, actually no, this one does. I think this one does not move. So you need to have that extra space in front. And I think this is the best way to do that. We got Shimakaze here. We got all the accessories. We have actually quite a variety of hands. We got the open hands here. You got the relaxed hands. Then you got quite a bit more here. You got the pointing finger here, which, yeah, it's just pointing. To hold the weapon, you got this closed hands here. And you have a special one where it's holding kind of like a Tetra Pak. Looks like a chocolate drink. I'm not really sure what that says there. Might be some kind of drink. Yeah. And there is an extra wrist joint here. So that's great that they've included that. Here's a stand. There's some extra connector parts. Yeah, quite a bit of stuff there. We got 2 faces here. We have one where she's looking to her left. And I'll probably open it up and probably get a closer look on that. So there you go. I just want to quickly go over that. Alright, so size comparison with the Figma. The Figma is right here on the right. Obviously, it's going to be smaller. The alloy one, it's a bit bigger. For those who always ask me about the size, I don't know why. Let's see here. Try to match this. It's about 5 3/4 up to the top of the head, and for the ears up, it's almost about 7 inches to the ear. Yeah. So that's pretty much how tall the Alloy Shimakaze is. And to be honest, I actually like that size more so than the Figma. Figma, it's just too small. But you know, then again, each has their own pros and cons. And Rensoho chants, we have 3 of them. Each one has a different connector part, hence we have this stand here. This one, it kind of cradles it. It wraps around the back side of this. Now, I always find that this little hands here, it just pegs in, holds by friction. It doesn't hold quite well sometimes. And this is just the die-cast part. It's kind of heavy. This is what turns into his shin guards later on. And also we have this one here, connects on like a straight peg, I believe, or maybe a bolt joint. There we go, bolt joint. Whoops. This becomes the hammer, and you have the big guy here, which becomes the helmet, and I think part of this becomes the backpack, and it connects with those 2 pegs there. Yep. So it's cool that they've incorporated each one. And obviously you can even display this alongside with her. There are these 2 arms here, which is quite cool. And if we take a closer look here, there's a segment here that opens up and you can attach those there. And I think that's a nifty gimmick for the base they've included, and we'll actually use that later on as well. Alright, so that's that for comparison. Let's take a closer look at Shimakaze. Alright, so here's a figure. She has some weight on her due to the die cast, and you can kind of feel it along the tie here. It's actually shown in the illustrated booklet right here. And according to this, you'll see the bunny ears. They are die cast. You get the tie area here, that's die cast, as well as the feet here. So those are the die cast pieces, and it's kind of well rounded. They have it on the top, middle, and the bottom part. So it's actually a good weight distribution. Yep, quite nice. Although I'm not too fond of having die cast top pieces here. It makes the top part heavy, and it is kind of prone for her to have this whole part drop off, the front part of the hair, because this thing is heavy because of those pieces there. So be careful, make sure that is attached quite well, or she's leaning a little bit backward. Yeah. Anyways, you got some nice details, really nice for the paint app on the eyes. Yeah, even kind of give her a little bit of a blush. And on the back side here for the hair, you can see those pins there. This is for the articulation for the hair. It's kind of odd, but you know, considering it is Chikoken, you usually see those being used. It's not too bad. And articulation for this, that's what it does. It kind of gets out of the way, which is good. And then look at the back side here. You got that nice gold trim there, even on the rings on her arms there. Really nice. And yeah, the spin up is quite great. I really like it. Even the joints here, it's not yeah, it just works out quite nice. Anyways, that's it for the hair. The front part here, it's a bit flexible. It's always that thing that kind of gets in the way with the anchor. Same thing here. For the neck, let's see here, I believe it is a bolt joint. Yeah. So she can look down, she can kind of look up a little bit, but the hair kind of hits the back side. So there we go. Now for the shoulder, you got the bolt joint and a hinge combination. I don't think she has a bicep swivel. Yeah, this whole thing is molded together. No swivel part there, but that's fine. You get a elbow bend. Since it's good smile, it looks like it's a Figma joint. Kind of looks like it. Although they've made some changes, which kind of goes along with adding the armor. We'll go over that in a bit. Then you get your wrist joint. Then again, we have a spare one, which is nice for them to add. Yep. So I think that's, I mean, yeah, fairly good range of motion for the shoulder. All right. Moving on, you got the torso. You get a bit of a wiggle room there in the midsection. Quite nice. I'm hoping the paint doesn't smear that white on the flesh tone. You got the skirt here. It's quite rubbery. She has black panties. And you can actually kind of see the die-cast joints there. Huh. Quite interesting. I don't know if... actually, there is a little bit of thigh swivel there. Although, I'd rather not move much of the die-cast, but it's there. Oh, I think I forgot to mention that the ears here, it's bowl jointed. There's supposed to be a nut there in the middle, but it splits in half. So that's that for the ears. One of them is a little bit more slanted than the other. Moving back here, knee bend. There we go. Let's see if I can move this up. Not really much though. 45-degree angle. That's still good. I mean, you're not gonna have her get the legs way up. Now moving down here, we have the ankle. It's just a ball joint. Now this feels like a die cast here. I'm not sure if we can move the rudder. It feels like it's all molded together, so it'll stay there. This part here does move around. It's part of the transformation with the armor. And I think that's pretty much it for the articulation. Quite nice. I really like what they've done. It feels like a solid figure to me. There we go. Now we have the backpack here, which kind of turns into a giant arm. There we go. I get this giant ball joint here. And this pretty much attaches on the back side here. Yep. So you can use the base to connect here, or connect this one, and you have another peg connection there. Yep. It's quite nice. Alright, so this is the other face. So this one has the smile with the mouth a little open. There we go. And this is the other face with the mouth kind of like that O shape. So I think this is one where she's kind of angry with having that eyebrows going up. Because this one here, it's a bit more neutral. The eyebrows are just like... I kind of wish they have the other one for the Figma, that particular face. This one here where she's kind of like surprised. It would have been cool if they added that. But, you know, nonetheless, just having the extra two faces, I think that's good enough for me. Alright, so let's go over the transformation. It's a little bit more involved, so I do apologize if I pause and look at the instructions, because there's quite a bit. But I guess once you get the hang of it, it's actually kind of straightforward. Kind of like how Transformers are. Alright, so first off, let's get the little guy here. This is the heavy die-cast one. So first off, we're gonna pop off the head here. I can pop it off. Actually, let's take off the little hands here. We get it out of the way. Make sure we don't break those. So let's pop this out. There we go. It's held by 2 pegs there. And we're actually gonna split this in half. There we go. This will be part of the backpack. We'll save this for later. Now this one will become her, I believe. Let's see here. Oh, actually, there's 2 parts in here. So the outer shell becomes the shin guards, and it's kind of hard to take this out. It's had a little difficulty, but that thing kind of sticks out there like a tab. So this part where you have the part of the propeller becomes the forearm, and this is the shin. Same thing on this other side here. You kind of pop it off. You're gonna have to push this a little bit. There we go. And I think they might have been labeled. Kind of forgot. But, well, this other one's kind of R. This is L, so left. So this probably the left side. So we'll put this on first. This one, I'll flip it over. And basically we're just gonna slide this up. There's a connection part here where we have the part of the neck here. And now we're just gonna attach it up. Now I have to just quickly go over the instruction and make sure I put it the right way. Alright, so it does correspond to whatever's attached in there. So this is on her left side. We're just gonna slide this up here. And I've done this transformation once already. I didn't really have much issue with the paint here, which is a good thing. Let's do the other side here. Just slide it up. There we go. So where the tab was is the ones inside. Alright, so we got those shin guard there, which gives a little bit more weight on the bottom, which is a good thing for us. Then the next part, putting this on. Now the instructions said to take out the forearm, and I found that that's kind of odd. Why can't I just plug it in? But if you look closely, there is something else inside there. And let's pop this out here. There we go. So what's happening is, as we attach this, there is a little hook in there, which kind of tabs into the other part here. And I found that really cool. Basically, once you put it all in there, this will stay in place. This forearm, it's not gonna drop. So once we get this whole thing in there properly, there we go. And attach this here, it will stay. So make sure to remove the forearm before removing this, otherwise you're going to break that little hook inside. And I think that's a really great idea or implementation that, yeah, that will stay there. Alright, so along with that, I'm just going to go ahead and pop this joint off. There we go. And connect this part here, the other hand. Since we're going to be using the hammer later on, might as well do that now. Right. Take this out here. Now let's do the other side here again. Pop this out. Connect this here. Let's see. Here we go. The feet here, you can move it around, but you just kind of fold it up. I think that's just fine the way it is. And then slide it back in to make sure you hold both ends, and that way it doesn't slide off. And anyways, I think that's fairly good. Alright, so the other part is connecting this, well, turning this into the giant hand. So you already kind of see there's fingers here that are actually quite articulated. But what you do first is you kind of bend this down here and push this down here. And you can kind of see that this thing shifted up, because here you cannot bend this, it's kind of hitting the edge here. But once you pull this down, this whole thing moves over. And that's a really cool one. I kind of like how this thing kind of goes in that angle as well. So this, with that slit there, able you to move this, gives you quite a bit of articulation there. And you can just bend this little digits here, and that is really cool. I like this idea or this concept with that torpedo bay turning into a giant arm. Yeah. Alright, so we're gonna fold this here. Now we're gonna move this feet here. That's the thing though, I kind of wish you can attach this somewhere so we don't lose it. I don't think it's shown in the instruction where we can stash that, but this will go over here. So unfortunately, if you do buy two, you cannot put this here because it's only a left-hand arm. It'd be cool if it's you could move it around, but nonetheless, it's a cool gimmick to have. Alright, next part is this big guy here. But before we get to the helmet part, we'll put this away for now. we'll focus on this. We're gonna remove this segment here. This is actually a peg that kind of holds these two together, and actually we're gonna remove actually no, this one stays. Yep, but you kind of want to lean it down, I think. So this becomes part of the backpack, and we're gonna have to move it like that. So we have to attach those. It kind of is a little bit tilted, but that's kind of how it is. Now for this part here, we're gonna take this out right here and put it there. Yeah. All right. So I think this becomes one of the connection point. Yeah, or something like that. All right. So next part, I'm looking at this here. This will go in to the two pegs here. There we go. I do have a problem when you take this out. It kind of hits the white part here of the lifesaver, and I kind of smear it. So if it does happen, you can use a white eraser and just gently rub on it. You can take the paint off, but it's still gonna, yeah. I just realized that I didn't really go over the articulation of the Renso chance. I mean, you can kind of see, I mean, the hands here moves, even the feet, but this one does not swivel for the big guy. Kind of too late for the little guy there, but I mean, the turrets move except for the medium one. This medium one, yeah, I cannot move those turrets. Otherwise, you have a ball joint with a hinge for the little hands here, and the feet on this guy I think is, no, this one does not move. So each one has their own articulation. Alright, so after this one, remember the little flipper for the little guy? We actually can stash this inside here. It's kind of odd that they have that idea, but well, okay. I don't mind that. So it's kind of I have to put a little bit more. Yeah. Alright, let me do this off camera. Alright, apparently I was doing it wrong. So it's supposed to be pointing inward and then down. You attach those two there, and that's a nifty way to stash them. Otherwise, getting back to this particular, the little guy, there is a joint here. We'll pull this out. There we go. And same thing to the other side. So we're just pulling out that yeah, little joint there, and we're gonna attach this to here. Actually, right there. So this one attaches here. There we go. I do have a problem taking them out. It's easy to put in, but to take out, it's another story. All right. So again, you got the connection point there for later on. You got this. This goes on the back. You can kind of want to lean it. This is kind of stuck at first, so you might have to kind of wiggle that joint or kind of take your time pushing it down. But you want it to be tilted. You're gonna put it here, attach it there. There we go, and that's pretty much for the backpack, which is a cool design. I'm gonna go ahead and put it on the base because this is gonna be heavy. I'm not sure if she can even hold it down, and that thing just fall down there. Alright, so put it here, and I kind of got it ready now for later on for the hammer. Alright, so getting to the helmet, we look at this guy here. There seems to be a visor in front. Yep. So for this, we actually need the ears here. So in instruction, this is E1, which one's a little bit more folded down. But you just pop this out. You get the die-cast ball joints there. Same thing here. Just pop that out. Alright, so getting those ready, we're gonna pull this down here. I think that's how it is. You can kind of see there's two pegs there. Or maybe try to figure out how to. There we go. So you just kind of move that in. I push this down here. There's a little tab there, I believe, and should just stop right there. There's a little padding here, which is great for the hair top side. And there we go. Yep. Alright, so for the ears, it's the same way you put it on her head. So the one with the more folded is going to be on this side here, and this one. And you can just kind of follow how the knot in the middle is. And there are sockets here which we can just store those. Yep, and this is gonna be like this. So it's kind of cool that they have that. Now this just pegs in onto the top here. Yep, it actually, the peg, the hole there goes through the top part of the faceplate. Yeah, so that's kind of interesting that they have that. But having excuse me, having this on ensures that everything will stay, you know, the face is not gonna fall off or anything like that. I kind of wish that was the case also when they have this. We just have the bunny ears. Maybe some way to kind of hold everything down there. Otherwise, like I mentioned before, her normal face, it does have a tendency to pop off because of the weight of the bunny ears. I think we're almost there. What's left is this guy here. So let's do the hammer transformation. Alright, so for this guy, let's see here. We're gonna pop this off. This one's a little tricky. Pop this off too, because that thing does open out. And let's see here, I might have to kind of use my cheat sheet here, instruction booklet. Alright, so alright, so there are several panels here. But this is a reference point, the peg connection on the back. We're supposed to move this up. And there we go. I guess it opens up from there. Gonna wiggle that out. There is kind of like an arm inside right there. It's also in a socket, so it's kind of like a bowl joint. And you do the same thing on the other side here as well. Kind of wiggle it out. Just be careful of that top part there. And just grab that whole arm up. There we go. I think it's the same way for the other one as well here. So there's 3 parts. The other, you're just gonna pop out. Trying to wiggle this thing here. Actually, you can probably open that from there. Huh. Stuck. Almost there. Not sure what's getting it stuck on. Oh, I know what it is. You kind of see that little slit there. That's probably what's holding it on this side. Gonna have to help it. There we go. So anyways, that's the little ball joint inside. It has the little things on the side. Anyways, pop this back in. There we go. Yeah, sorry, it took that a little while to get to that point. Alright, so once you have those 3 up, then you're gonna push this down. There we go. And push it all the way till you hear a click. This should just be evened out. I kind of push down the hands here. That way we'll kind of just hold that in place. But I think that's pretty much it for the front face of the hammer. Then let's see here. And yeah, actually we're gonna just put this back on. You can have this with or without the head. Obviously they wanted for us to use it with the head, and just gonna put it the way it is. The pen connection on the back. So there we go. Now they give us this nice golden rod here, which is quite nifty. we're just gonna attach it here. There we go. Now we're gonna attach it to the hand as well. So we're just gonna slide it in. Just make sure you don't hit that rudder there. There we go. Alright, so this extra arm here, it's kind of like a weight for, or kind of helps us to hold it. Unfortunately, it doesn't really give us much angles sometimes, so you gotta have to work with it. Yeah, hold on here. Alright, so it just kind of just pegs in there. Let's get the hammer a little higher. Close enough, I guess. But anyways, then the rudder that we took out, it goes at the end of that. Here, yep. So everything has their own place, which is nice, except for that one hand that we took out to put on the arm. I think that's the only thing that doesn't have like a placement once you have everything together. Alright, so after working with it a little bit more, getting the right pose, there we go. I actually found a good spot for that little hand that we took out to attach this big arm here. And it's right there, right on top. It works. It kind of blends in. There we go. So that's pretty much it for this review. This is a really cool figure. I really like it. It's simple enough with those transformation with the arm there, the shin guard, the armor, the helmet, and that backpack right there, that crazy little hammer. But it's just nice. You know, there's just something on it that it looks cool, and it feels cool when you transform it. Like, it's kind of hard to say. It's something that you have to experience on your own. And overall, the detail, the design, nice script paint job, I really like it. And I'm quite glad that I got this. You know, I was kind of hesitating because the hype is gone and not really too much into the Kantai collection. But having this, yeah, it kind of brings me back in. But we'll see. Anyways, that's pretty much it for the review for the Alloy Shimakaze. Again, it's made by a good small company. Got mine from Amiami. I think she's still readily available. And yeah, if this is something that you might want to consider getting, I highly recommend getting it. It's a really nice figure. Anyways, that's it. Again, got questions? Let me know. So until then, this is Meads. Thanks for watching.